Hello everybody, this is John here again. Today we're going to look at learning outcome number 9 on the word processing course that we're doing. In this part of the course we're going to look at Spellchecker, and this is a feature within Microsoft Word where if you put in some text or a letter, Microsoft Word will pick up if there are any spelling errors or any grammatical errors in your text. Now, this is important, particularly if you're sending a business letter or maybe a letter to a company looking for a job. You don't want your letter coming in with spelling or grammar errors, because it will not create a good first impression. So there is also some errors in the layout of the letter as well, and we're going to correct those. But the first thing we're going to do is correct the spelling and the grammatical errors in the letter. And here you can see they're indicated by the red and the blue lines underneath some of the words. Now, I say Microsoft Word generally picks up all of the errors, but there are occasions maybe when they might miss out one, so you've got to be vigilant as well yourself to make sure you look over your document before you print it or send it. Okay, so we're going to start off with changing the spelling and the grammatical errors, and you do this by clicking up here on the top menu into Review. Okay, this opens up this menu here. We're interested in what's over here on the left hand side. Now, this may look different on various computers. I'm using an up-to-date version of Word, so it looks slightly different. You may have something like Spellchecker, or you may have something like an ABC and a little correction mark beside it. So if that's there, you just left click on it. Okay, so I've got editor, so I'm going to left click on that. Okay, now over here on the right hand side, again your menu over on the right hand side might be different depending again on the Word version that you're using. Up here at the top it tells me there's 11 suggestions. Okay, there's either some grammar errors, or there are some spelling errors, or maybe some other errors that have been picked up. Okay, now down here it tells me that I've got 7 spelling errors, so I'm going to correct those first. Okay, so I'm going to click on the 7 here. Okay, now you can see over here in the text it's picked up the word believe and it's selected. In other words, it's got a sort of a grey background to it. It's telling us that word is wrong and we need to correct it. And over here in the menu on the right hand side, it actually gives us the correct suggestion. If that's correct, you just left click on it and it will change it within the letter. And then it will jump on to the next word, which in this case is working. And again over here on the menu on the right, it gives us the proper spelling. So we left click on that to correct it. Okay. The next one then it goes on to is commercial, and again, looking at it, I know that it's incorrect, and I'm just going to left click on it to correct it. Next one it picks up then is achieve, and again we're going to accept the suggestion. Okay, and then on to broader again, which is incorrect in the letter, and we're given the right suggestion, so we'll left click on that. Okay. Okay, the next one it's got it's more of a space error. So it should be I am, although I can see there is another possibility of an error there. We'll click it here anyway to change it. Then we go on to qualifications, and again we are accepting that suggestion. Now it tells me that all the spelling errors are correct, so we can see that by the tick mark over here. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the grammar. Now again, as I want to remind you that in your version of Word, it may not give you the grammar and the spelling separately. It might just give you the whole lot, so you just follow the lines again. Okay, so I'm going to click on the grammar suggestions now and see what it comes up with. Okay, so up here at the top it's highlighting the word me, which is clearly incorrect. That should be my, and it gives us the correct suggestion here, so I'll left click on that. Over here, T-H-E-R-E is the correct spelling of a word, but this use here, it's incorrect. It should be T-H-E-I-R, which sort of means belonging to. So I'm going to click on that. Y-O-U and then the apostrophe R-E is incorrect in this spelling, so I'm going to click on that. It should have no apostrophe, so we're going to accept that suggestion. Okay, now all of the spelling and the grammar is shown to be correct, and then it tells me there's a suggestion left. Okay, you can see down here if you look, there's little dots under the I apostrophe LL. That necessarily isn't incorrect, but let's see what Word is suggesting we do with it. So I'm going to just click on that. Okay, so it's telling me that I will is better for this application. So I'm going to accept that, because I think in a business letter or a job application letter, you're as well to use just proper grammar. Okay, so I'm going to click on that to change it. Okay. Okay, now it's telling me that all of the suggestions are finished, and we can just click on OK. All right. I can also get rid of the menu over here on the right hand side. I don't need that any longer, so I'm just going to click on the X there just to close that down. Okay. Right, now let's have a look at the other problems within the letter. Clearly, the setting out of the name and address of the person is incorrect. In a business letter, it's usually sort of in line. So I'm going to click in behind the name of the lady, and I'm going to put in a comma and press enter to bring that down to the next line. Now is her title in the job. So again, I'm clicking in behind manager, putting in a comma, and I'm pressing enter again just to get down to the next line. And then I'm going to click in here behind drive, comma once more, and then press enter to bring it down to the next line. Okay, so you can see it's looking a bit better. However, if we look closely, we can see that the text isn't lined up. You know, the address isn't lined up. And again, it doesn't look great if you have something like that. So we're going to correct that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in here in front of the H. You can see where the cursor is flashing. And just press the backspace on your keyboard just once. And that lines it up with the name on the top. Same with the 1. Click in front of the 1, backspace, and that brings it in line with the rest. And then the last one then is on for the T, and I just press backspace once there. Okay, now that's not looking too bad. However, I just want to put the date over on the right hand side. You don't have to do that, but I think it looks a bit better. So I'm going to select the date, which is up here, by putting the mouse into the margin, and when I get the white arrow, I just left click once, and that selects the text. I'm going to go back to the home page, click up here, and up here on the screen, and we've done this a couple of times in class, you can see these two little arrows are an indent. Okay, so I'm going to press this a couple of times to move the date over to the right. So let's see, maybe once, no, I've gone too far, just back once. So just what I did there was I went too far and it went into this, it's incorrect and looks terrible. And just by clicking the left decrease intent, it'll bring it back one. And there we have it. And then you just click outside of it to get rid of the selection. Okay, let's have another look here at the letter. Okay, so I'd like to maybe a bit more space between the address and the lady's name. So I'm just going to click in behind the 1 there and press enter. Brings it down a wee piece, okay. Then it's always good practice to read your letter through again, make sure everything is in there that you want and that there are no errors. Because Microsoft Word Spellchecker feature doesn't always pick up everything. You know, it doesn't always pick up everything. It's very, very good, but sometimes it misses out some words, so you need to check that. Okay, down the bottom here, I need to put in a bit of space between yours sincerely and the name, because when you're printing off the letter, you've got to sign your name under yours sincerely, but above your name. So I'm going to put a space in there. Okay. And yes, I think that's looking pretty good now. And now it says down here, original. We can actually just click in there and we can change that now to amend it. Because when you're putting this into your folder, this is the one that we will be using, the amended version. This was the original, but now we've amended it, and now we're going to save it into your folder, and we can print it off at a later date. So I'm just going to click on File, Save As, save a copy, yes. And going into Browse, and I'm going into my file. Well, I've been in my file before, and I've saved this in the previous version, so I'm just going to change it to Amended To, just to change the name of the file, and then click on Save. So again, you'll be using your own file on the computer to save this into, and again, as I say, we'll do that in class. Okay, and that really is it. That sort of completes the spell checking exercise. As I say, if you don't have the laptop or access to a computer at the moment to do it, we can always do it in the future when the laptop or when the computer room becomes free. So hopefully that's okay, and I thank you very much.